Hello, my impatiens. Good morning. How are you doing? So I think I just worked out at the gym, and I think I really pounded my toe yet again. I think I really, contributed to the bruised and damaged toe. I'm going back to the toe doctor in a week or so, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nothing. Because I'm certainly not going to stop running. That's for sure. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Good to see you, Kevin. What's going on with you? How art thou, Kevin? How art thou? He says, good. He's doing well. How's the big dog? Horn Dog says, how are you doing? How is the big dog? Oh, 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 oh. The big dog is here. The big dog is ready to rock and roll. The big dog is ready to rock and roll. Horn Dog says, let's have a great day today. I hope so. I hope we all have a great day today. Let's see if Starbucks in Massapequa is open yet. Starbucks, let's see the Massapequa. Let's see if the Massapequa location's open. Starbucks Massapequa. Oh. It's been closed for like fucking months. They're renovating it, which I'm excited about. But it's opening up. It's opening up any day now. Starbucks Massapequa. Oh. Let's see when Starbucks Massapequa. When does it reopen? Temporarily closed. Let's see when it reopens. So he says, go to Dunkin' Donuts. I'm going to go to the Dunkin' Donuts the Starbucks the next town over. I prefer Starbucks, to be honest. Somebody says, is Joanne Greenberg your favorite author? That's a very good question. I've never actually read the book, I Never Promised You a Rose Garden, but Dr. Garrett said there's a lot of parallels and similarities between Joanne Greenberg and I. He said, obviously, we're both living in fantasy worlds. We're both, not living in reality. And he said there's a lot of similarities. So that's interesting, right? Somebody says Joanne Greenberg didn't believe in meds for her psychiatric issues. Yeah, I know. She didn't believe in meds. She was into recovering without the use of psychiatric medication. Which is obviously interesting. She would have liked Dr. Garrett. Yeah, apparently, she had a very similar dynamic with Dr. Fromm Reichman. She had a similar, relationship with Dr. Fromm Reichman, who I think is, the psychiatrist she's talking about. Erie says Joanne is also the name of Lady Gaga's 5th studio album. Yeah, that's an interesting point. I wonder if that's a coincidence or intentionally done. Apparently it's the name of a family member of hers, not a reference to me. So catch it, check it, change it, and toggle the switch to off, Somebody says, would you date a woman named Joanne? Not only would I date a woman named Joanne, I would also potentially consider naming one of my children Joanne after Joanne Greenberg. So I think not only would I potentially date a woman named Joanne, I would also consider naming my children Joanne. So. Somebody says, so then she did have a big impact on your life. Yeah, I mean, Dr. Garrett would describe to me the book. He said to me, obviously, I think the psychiatrist who's meant to be Dr. Fromm Reichman says to Joanne, do you want to live in reality or do you want to live in fantasy? And Joanne Greenberg's like, the real world is a terrible place. I have to go back to being a school student, and everybody's life is progressing and I'm stuck at the beginning. And he says something to the nature of, I never promised you the real world would be a rose garden. I never promised you the real world would be rainbows and butterflies. But to make any sort of progress, you got to live in reality. You got to get out of your delusional fantasy world. And I think that's the premise of the book. The real world or reality is the only road that leads anywhere. And I think Dr. Garrett was really a big fan of the book, and he said there's a lot of similarities to me. And, he was really pushing for me to read the book, which I never did. But he would always tell me about it, and he would always describe things about it, and he would spoil things about it for me. I think he was hoping I would read it, but I never did. So he says, Joanne wanted to get better, and she did. I actually have a copy of the book. Actually, several copies, 3 copies. They're all lying around here somewhere, so I could just pick it up and try to read it. I mean, it's not a hard read. Apparently, it's a pretty easy read. Somebody asks, do you speak to Dr. Garrett anymore? No, I don't speak to Dr. Garrett anymore. Somebody says, Joanne Greenberg, I never promised you a rose garden, is like Cell's Catcher in the Rye. Ha, 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 ha. He says, isn't that? Yeah, I hear you guys. Yeah, no, but seriously. I think there's just a lot of similarities, parallels and similarities between Joanne Greenberg and I. A lot of parallels and similarities. 3 copies. Actually, I bought a copy in 2017 when Dr. Garrett first suggested it. And then I lost that copy, which is around here somewhere. I just don't know where. And then I bought a second copy in 2021, let's say. And, for some reason, Amazon accidentally shipped me 2 copies. So I have 3 copies. All around here somewhere. Somebody says Joanne Greenberg didn't have schizophrenia, but rather extreme depression. Okay. I didn't read. Yeah. Rusty, I'm not going to read that comment, but your comment has been seen. Your comment has been seen, Rusty. And the Green Bunny, as all of you are familiar with, Otto Greenberg, the last name Greenberg obviously comes from Joanne Greenberg. Who's a caricature of a low-functioning character in me at times. I am Otto Greenberg. Otto is really Andrew Kolosky. Sometimes he's not. Sometimes he's other people, but a lot of times Otto Greenberg is basically Andrew Koloski. That's for sure. You're high functioning 40% of the time, 100% of the time. What does that mean, Rusty? That's kind of confusing, that comment. You're high functioning 40% of the time, 100% of the time. 40% of the time, I'm 40% high functioning. That's not too bad. There's definitely people at mental health recovery groups like the Fountain House and Central National Guidance who are just not high functioning. So to be 40% high functioning is pretty good, right? So says, you've never seen Anchorman? Yeah, no, I have seen Anchorman. I just don't remember that particular scene. Erie says, do you think your mom should get an honorary degree from Stony Brook University for doing your assignments for you? Well, I mean, I still had to attend classes. I still had to take the tests. I still had to do all of that, which I proceeded to pass. So even though sometimes my mother did my homework for me, realistically, I went to class and I passed my tests. So nobody could do that for me. I successfully did that for myself. And even though my mother sometimes helped with homework, I'm sure a lot of people had help with homework. I'm sure a lot of people had help studying. So I don't think I think my mother should be given, the assist. She should be credited for helping me. But realistically, I went to class, I passed the tests, I earned the degree. My mother did many assignments for me, and she studied with me often, so I could pass my tests, especially the really difficult courses. But realistically, I still had to show up and pass the tests myself. She deserves some credit, at least. She deserves some credit. The math courses she couldn't help me with. She always said she sucked at math, and I had to do the math courses myself. It was more like the history and the media courses that my mother helped me with, courses that she was able to understand. My mother has no grade. My mother's terrible at math. I had to do all the math and calculus and all that stuff myself, and the accountings. She couldn't do that. So I would say it was 70% me, 30% my mother. I mean, because realistically, I had to go to class. I had to take tests. A lot of the homework I did because my mother couldn't help with math. My mother helped a lot. Don't get me wrong. She helped a lot, but realistically, it was me. No, I initially was going for math teaching, and I passed a few calculus classes, but then I just couldn't do the calculus anymore. I guess I could have if I really wanted to and really wanted to put the work in and really wanted to be a math teacher, but I didn't really want that. So I switched majors to business and accounting because we had the narrative Andrew is good at math because I scored perfectly on my math placement at Nassau Community College and I did well in math in high school. So we said Andrew's good at math, but I really didn't like math. I passed pre-calc and got through calc, with not really putting any work in, not really doing my homework. So I guess I was good at math to an extent, but I didn't really like it. I didn't want to do the math gymnastics and get myself in tip-top math shape. So, Mrs. What was your GPA? I forget what my GPA was, but it probably wasn't very good because when I first went to Stony Brook University from 2008 to 2011, I was flunking classes. I was failing tons and tons of classes. I think towards the end when I went back and did like 8 credits a semester and finished up, it was a lot better because I was getting all A's. But when I first started going, it was pretty atrocious. I got really sick in 2011, then I returned in 2012, and I did a lot better from 2012 to I guess about 2014 when I graduated. But I got like A's and B's, but realistically, I was taking like hardly any courses and taking it slowly, and it was averaged in with shit, which was 2008 to 2011. So, did you ever have any incidents in the classroom or dorms? Yeah, when I got really sick in 2011, I was emailing professors and so on, and they put my my college experience on academic hold, meaning I had to get a letter from a psychiatrist saying I was well enough to return to college, which I would proceeded to do, and I proceeded to return in 2012. So he says, did you start getting A's when mom started helping? No, I don't think that's true. I was taking it slowly. I was in a better frame of mind, a lot less sick, and a lot of the media classes I enjoyed rather than the math classes, which I hated. So I don't. I think my mother helping was, but I think the reason I was getting A's was because there were classes I enjoyed more than the math classes. Somebody says it's okay to get help, but having someone do your assignments for you is plagiarism. All right. Somebody says, do you feel you got the full college experience, or do you think your mom took that from you by helping? That's a very good question. I wish I dormed there, but then again, how sick was I? How fucking sick was I with schizoaffective? Quite frankly, well, let's say hypothetically speaking, my mother in 2005 sent me away to college and I dormed away. Would that have been a recipe for disaster, or would that have led to me getting independent? That's the $1,000,000 question. Would I have descended into madness and gone batshit crazy, or would my life have turned out brilliantly? I didn't really go to parties. I didn't really, do anything with college, but there was some cool people there I met. It was kind of a nerdy college, Stony Brook. I don't know. At least I found it was. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't socializing with anyone. So he says, why didn't you dorm? I'm not really sure. I guess because my mom didn't pay for it. Somebody asks, did your mom go to any parties? Not that I'm aware of. Somebody was like, you're in college and you're just, I should have had more fun, I guess, but I didn't really have fun in college, unfortunately. I don't think my mother was depriving me of fun and depriving me of a childhood to torture me. I just think I was sick, right? I just think I was sick with schizoaffective and was running all day, basically. Somebody says, "No, I didn't socialize with anyone. Everybody thought of me as just this loner who didn't socialize with anyone, who didn't have friends. Yeah, but basically, I was really sick and just running away from life. I didn't know how to socialize. I didn't know how to socially engage and interact. And Rusty asks, were you wearing the metaphorical chastity belt during that time? Yes, I was, up until 2012 when I got a girlfriend, but I was still sick after 2012. Yeah, I was just really lost in a metaphorical coma. I put on a blank expression. I ran all day. I just walked around campus. I was really fucking ill, really ill. You have no idea. I was really fucking ill. Somebody says the Asian woman, obviously, okay, I'll describe to you that situation. So in one of my classes, I began working with an Asian woman at this learning center, and she was friendly towards me. So was this man that was from India, or kid that was from India, I guess. And we were friendly. We got along. We worked together, and I think they were trying to get me to socialize and open up and engage. It seemed like they had good intentions, but obviously, I was really on the path to having a mental breakdown, and I just was in dire need of fucking help, just dire need of fucking help, and I don't think the help she was trying to provide for me was really the help I needed. Although it was good intentioned, I think I basically needed some major mental health help in my personal life. Somebody asks what kind of. It doesn't matter, but I think she was from China, or she was of Chinese descent. Somebody says the telepathic Asian woman should be the new song. Yeah, I felt like we were communicating telepathically. Well, maybe not really, or I could read what was in her mind, and she could mentalize what was in my mind. And I'm told that's, I mean, at least when it comes to me, that's from growing up in an environment where my mother didn't let me keep many secrets. She was always very enmeshed with me. She was always kind of reading my mind and reading my thoughts. And a lot of the times, you don't know what's in somebody else's mind. You think you do. You're projecting what you think is in their minds. Sometimes your intuition can be correct, but nobody can read your mind 100%. I mean, expert psychiatrists can, but nobody's really telepathic. You know. Nobody is truly telepathic. Did I ever? No, I think I was just sick and I don't really want to talk about this. Let's change the topic. Let's change the topic. Yeah, I think they had good intentions. I think they were trying to help me. I even hung out with the man from India, and we walked around the city together, and I forget exactly what we did in the city, but I mean, he intended to help me. He was a cool dude too. I haven't talked to him in many years. Um, you know, I kind of wish I kept in touch with him, but I was just fucking having a mental breakdown. I was like on the path to insanity. I was just on the path to having a fucking mental breakdown. I couldn't sustain friendships. I'm a lot healthier now than I was then. I was fucking I was fucked. I was basically just fucked at that time. They were trying to help. I was just so screwed. I was having a meltdown. I was having a mental breakdown. Interestingly enough, I said to the man, the kid from India, I said to him many years ago, you know, I'm putting hard work into school, but no, all kidding. I'm on the path to insanity. I'm on the path to a mental breakdown. And I didn't even realize what I was saying. And he said, "Don't worry, you're on the right path." And I thought he was saying, "Don't worry, you're going to really work hard in school and succeed." But he was really joking. You're on the path to having a mental breakdown, dude. My intention, I think that there was, I forget exactly what the what the conversation was, but I think the kid or the man from India, he knew I was on the path to having a mental breakdown. So, but but he tried his best, I guess. Don't worry, you're on the right path, dude. You're on the right path. He was trying to be respectful, but that made him seem like a jerk a little bit. He wasn't a jerk. He was a really respectful and nice kid. He was a really good dude. In fact, I would like to be. I mean, he's probably married. He probably has a family. He's probably much more progressed in life. But I genuinely liked him. So sometimes you got to let people kind of go their own way, and but I genuinely liked him, but the ship has kind of sailed years ago. People can say things that that are like, that was a little nasty, but yeah, I genuinely liked him. Yeah, I mean, and recently, with my art class buddy, I'm getting a lot of the Indian food in Hicksville. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool culture. I had a buddy from college that was from India. Back in like 2008 or 2009 or 2010. I forget exactly what the year was. And pretty good food. Pretty good food. So yes, did you have inappropriate thoughts about this fella? No, I mean I was more interested in and they were probably friends. I'm assuming I was more interested in the Chinese woman. I think some people at that time suspected, since I was so closed off, that I could have potentially been a homosexual or gay, but it became pretty clear I was into the Chinese woman, not the Indian dude. Not to say that's a bad thing. Lots of men like women. But I think that's the reason him and I could hang out. Even though I was really sick, because I wasn't interested in him in a romantic kind of way. He was just a buddy. I mean, I think unfortunately, if you're interested in somebody in a romantic kind of way, it would have been hard for me in the assuming she wanted to, obviously. Like it would be hard for me and the Chinese woman to hang out because women and men really can't be friends, especially if somebody wants more. It's hard. Like I even see it with my art class buddy in a way. Obviously, I like her, I respect her, and but it's hard. It's hard being just friends, and it's just hard. I mean, you can do it, and obviously, it's kind of like the Nirvana song "Breathe." It's like yeah, I don't really care. If you want to just hang out and get Indian food, it's hard. But obviously, it can be kind of sometimes it's easier. I mean, but then again, got hanging out like with a sausage fest and hanging out with dudes. I mean, it's kind of like guys like to hang out with women, but unfortunately, if you're really sick, women don't want to hang out with you. Guys want to be around women, or at least I'm assuming you're not a homosexual. I'm not saying my art friend is the one, and I like hanging out with her, and it's better to socialize with her, and I like her as a friend, and I'm going to keep her as a friend, and I'm going to continue doing things with her, and it's like the Nirvana song "Breathe." It's like I don't really care. We could just hang out. We could go get Indian food. We could see movies. We could listen to music, and that's what we're going to continue to doing. That's what we're going to continue doing. But obviously, I'm looking for a girlfriend. You know what I mean? I love my art class friend. I love my art class friend. I really do. And I wish nothing but the best for her. And I'm able to, but yeah, it's hard for women and men to be friends, especially if somebody wants more. That's my point. Somebody says, don't fall in love with your art class friend. She's not the one. Yeah, and I'm not. She's just my friend. She's just my buddy, and I like her. I genuinely like her. But also, it's important to note it's hard for women and men to be friends, especially if they want to be completely platonic. You know. I mean, I love her as a friend. You know, I love my art class friend as a friend. You know, and that's genuine. I genuinely love her as a friend, but she's not the one, like Tiger says. And if she wanted to come over today, I mean, I would. You know, we would watch a movie together. We'd get Indian food. You know, if she wants to take it to another level, the ball's in her court, obviously. You know, but I'm willing to just go get food, hang out, socialize, have a nice time. You know. Somebody says you change your sheets every time she comes over. That doesn't sound. You know, I like to clean up. I like to clean my bathroom. I don't want my apartment to be a pigsty for her either. You know, I want my apartment to be nice and clean for her. I don't think that's as ridiculous as you think. Clean up the bathroom, clean up the kitchen, clean up the living room, clean up the couch. I clean up everything. I want to make it nice and clean before she comes over. You know. She pays for her own lunch. We're not dating, so I don't pay for her. You know, she's a friend. All right. Dante says going Dutch treat is a turnoff for women. Well, to be honest with you, she indicated she doesn't want to date me. She indicated we're just friends, so we're just friends. We're just friends hanging out. So I'm not paying. I don't pay for my fucking friends. I'm not working. You know what I mean? If she wants to date, I'll pay for her. You know, we're not dating. Somebody says you should get her a promise ring, buddy. You two should get promise rings. You know, to be honest with you, I mean, I dig my art class friend, and to be honest, if I'm willing to make more, you know, you know, art with her and videos. I mean, like she's cool. She's a cool person. I dig her, but yeah, she's like my buddy. She's my buddy who I like a lot. She's my buddy who I like a lot. So, you know, it's I'm not. You know, the bowl is the bowl. We're gonna continue doing what we're doing, assuming she wants to. We're gonna continue watching movies, getting lunch, making videos, and doing artwork, and we're having a fun time together. Some people say she's not the one, but you know, we're having a nice time together. She's genuinely my buddy. She's genuinely my friend. I have nothing but good intentions for her, and you know, I think ultimately I'm glad she's my friend. I'm glad she's in my life. She's one of the best things in my life at the moment. And you know, I love this art class friend really. And you know, I mean, obviously, is it hard for women and men to be just friends? Yeah, but you know, I completely, you know, I like her. You know, genuinely. Okay, on that note, Rusty, are you ready for some pleasure, Rusty? Rusty, are you ready for some pleasure? It's been a while since I've given Rusty pleasure. Rusty, are you ready for some pleasure? Rusty, are you ready for some pleasure? He says, heck yeah, man, heck yeah. Rusty's getting some pleasure soon. I'm gonna please Rusty. Now go into your little jingle jingle washing machine. Go into your little jingle jingle. La 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 la. Here we go! Putting the wash in the dryer. Putting the wash. Putting the wash. Putting the wash in the dryer. Putting the wash. Putting the wash. The opposite of an air fryer. Putting the wash. Putting the wash. I am putting the wash in the dryer. Putting the wash. 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 Coming to the live stream at this time, standing 6'6" tall, weighing 273 pounds, Sal Waters. Wee wee wah, wee wah, wee wee wah, wee wah. You are going down. Ah! All right. All right. Andrew is back. Andrew is back, guys. 7 out of 10 Rusty gave that entrance. He gave it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, man. That's not a bad number. That's not a bad number indeed. Okay. Okay. So tomorrow is my mother's birthday. I'm going to go over to the supermarket and I'm going to get her some flowers and I'm going to get her a card. I'm going to get her some flowers and a card. And I'll say, happy birthday, Mom. Maybe I'll make her some artwork too. I think I'm going to make her some artwork too, maybe. Somebody says, just don't go to 1-800-Flowers. The store's a sham. Somebody says, draw your mother a bird. Draw your mother a bird. But properly this time. All right, Rusty. I'm going to get my mother a nice gift for her birthday. Somebody says, make her some nice art, give it to her first. Then surprise her with a card and some flowers. That's a good idea, because she's expecting nothing from me. So if I give her like artwork and she's like, wow, you made some really good artwork, Andrew. Then I'm like, by the way, here's the flowers and here's the card. I think that's a good red herring and a good surprise. Because she's expecting to get no gift from me, basically. So maybe I'll get her some flowers. So he says, you got to give Dale a Father's Day present. Yeah, I'll get Dale and my father a Father's Day present. When is Father's Day, by the way? That's, what day is that? That's still a few weeks away. No, tomorrow. Somebody says Father's Day is tomorrow. When is Father's Day? Father's Day is tomorrow. When is Father's Day? June 15th. It says Sunday, June 15th. That's a while away, guys. Yeah. So we got some time. We got some time. Tomorrow is literally my mother's birthday. So he says, Andrew has to get some gifts for his two dads. Yes, Dale and my father, Poppy. Somebody says, Andrew's lucky. Some people don't even have one dad. Andrew's got two dads. I guess so. I guess when you put it that way, it's actually a good thing. And I got a mother too. Some people, obviously don't have parental figures in their life. And, I got people in my life, so that's a good thing. Tiger says, I say he wouldn't get his stepdad anything for Father's Day personally. If you say so, I'm gonna do the right thing though. I'm gonna get my father and stepdad a gift. I'm not gonna get them anything like tremendously expensive because frankly I don't have the money. But I'll show them that I'm thinking about them and the thought is there. I'll get them some nice. It says, give your father a VHS of the 1992 Royal Rumble. Let's Google that. What's special about the 1992 Royal Rumble? I don't really know much about that one. 1992 Royal Rumble. Let's check that out. What's going on that one? Ric Flair won by eliminating Sid Justice. Interesting. All right, yeah, it's a good idea. I know my father likes wrestling. He likes the Marvel movies and so on. So it's a really good idea. So, guys, you got any more questions for me, or should I wrap this live stream up? My whole body hurts, Erie. Erie asks, do my shoulders hurt? My whole body fucking hurts, Erie. I'm like an old man with fucking like arthritis everywhere. I did too much exercise in my youth. Somebody says I don't know what the condition is called. I think it's called, let's see if I can find the comment. Somebody says you have akastasia, buddy. So do I. It means you can't sit still. Akastasia, or something like that. All right. People like my who wants an anybody want a performance of organic orange juice? I'll give you that. Dun, 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 dun. I think this is the first song I ever created, by the way. I created like a little sound recorder video of me singing Organic Orange Juice, and I uploaded it to YT, You the Man Now Dog, YTMND, if anybody's familiar with that. I'm like, this is gonna make me famous. This is gonna make me like Lady Gaga, you know. I'm like, okay. Organic orange juice. I enjoy it. It is tasty. It is orangey as well. I enjoy it. It is tasty. It is orangey as hell. People like my orange juice videos. People like my orange juice videos. Organic orange juice. I enjoy it. It is tasty. It is orangey as well. I enjoy it. It is tasty. It is orangey as hell. Orange juice is like a cure-all. Orange juice is like a panacea. One sip of the orange juice, and I get transported away to a magical land. The orange juice releases happy chemicals in my brain. It releases pleasure and endorphins. Organic orange juice. I enjoy it. It is tasty. It is orangey as well. I enjoy it. It is tasty. It is orangey as hell. People like my orange juice videos. 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 All right, any more special requests here, guys? What do you want to see me go into next? What do you want to see me go into next? All right, the chat is dead. The chat is dead here. Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, I uploaded organic orange juice. I titled it Andrew William Kolaski, and I uploaded it to You the Man Now Dog. I'm like, this is gonna make me rich and famous. This is gonna make me rich and famous. This is my ticket. This is my key here. This is my ticket to success. Organic orange juice. That's what started it all. Let's check out if YTMND still exists. All right. Let's check out if YTMND still exists. La 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 la. YTMND. Yeah, I guess it's still. It's a specialized website community, an internet fad and meme website. Yeah, I guess it's still going on, but it had a massive decline. Quite frankly, YouTube and all these websites kind of ruined it because it was just. Tiger says, I haven't visited YTMND in a good decade, I imagine. Yeah, because, really, the point of that YTMND was to do, like, little animations before video. Now video has completely taken it over, It should have turned into, like, a video website, You're the cell now, big dog. Oh, 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 oh. Video killed the YTMND star. Video killed the YTMND star. Video killed the YTMND star. Okay, this is too difficult, Rusty. Why TMNT existed as a necessary niche until tech advanced enough. It had to die eventually. In my mind, in my car. Erie says Luigi Maginoni is so attractive. For what it's worth, Luigi Maginoni is attractive, and it's really unfortunate he threw his life away over I mean, he's going to be in prison for the rest of his life. Why would you do that? He had a lot of potential. He was a college graduate. He's handsome. It's like, why would you do that, Luigi? Luigi, bad decision, bad choice. Luigi could have made spicy content and the women would have loved it, The women all love Luigi, The women all love Luigi. Let's put it this way. If he was a fat 50-year-old, nobody would be like, oh, poor Luigi. But since he's a hot guy, like all the ladies love him. They're like, oh, he's the bad boy. He's like John Wick. He's the CEO killer. Ladies like him because he's kind of like, because he's hot and he's like the bad boy, But if he was like some fat 50-year-old, they'd say, oh, wow, this guy's a murderous monster. Some Erie says, yeah, if he looked like you, maybe he wouldn't get as much sympathy. Okay, Erie. Like the old photo goes. Who is hotter? I can't decide. Me or Luigi Maginoni? Who's hotter? Obviously, this is me on the right. This is me. And on the left is Luigi Maginoni. Somebody says, Luigi is hotter, Andrew. Luigi is hotter than you. All right. Somebody says, the only thing you have is you have like Mr. Bean looks. All right, guys, I think I'm going to peace out here. Guys. You got any last questions, or should I call it a day? Okay, adios, my amigos and amigas. I'll talk to you all again soon, all right?